All right, I think we are live. Um, y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I feel about these lives when I try to do them. Y'all know how I feel about these lives when I try to do them because it's always there's always something. It's always something. So we're gonna get into it. I was trying to fix my screen. Yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna go. We are live on Facebook. I've got this gangster lean going. Let me go ahead and take off my lovely sweater because it is cold, y'all. It is like the weather hit. Like the weather was like, okay, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be hot for the last 3 months, and then 30 degrees when you wake up this morning. So it was interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We are here. It is the live New York session. We are in full effect. Last night we had an amazing I had an amazing class last night. We did some talk about goals, talk about my baby, talk about all of the things that is Forex. We talked about GU. We talked about what we thought it was going to do. So I'm excited. So last night I wasn't even going to get into the trade. But let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen because I clearly need to share my screen, right? So that's what we got. So we talked about gold. We talked about GU. This is gold right now. Gold is actually it's doing what it needs to do. Let's see what we have. All of the things. Oh, let's see something. There we go. So we are trying to do this. And y'all, today, well, this week, before we get into this week, it is. So if anybody that doesn't know, I went to a Southern University, home of the Mighty Jaguars. Let's go SUBR in the house. Where I got my start. And of course, I also went to Jackson State University, I love, right? So proud of both graduates, graduate of both HBCU, two-time HBCU grad. It is an amazing journey. And this week is both of their homecoming. So I'm like, I'm feeling a little torn right now of what to do, of what to post, or what to get on. Cause like my folks from Southern, my folks from Louisiana, they've always teased me. And I guess they felt a certain kind of way because I did go to Jackson State, but I tell folks all the time, man, Jackson State, it definitely helped me. I was able to meet my husband at Jackson State. I met a lot of great people. I went to school for free at Jackson State. I went to school for free at Southern too, because I had scholarships and I had TOPS. I had, my daddy was like, I'm not paying for school, right? So that was the main thing he told me, I'm not paying for school. So I figured that he wasn't gonna pay out of pocket for school. So let me figure out how to get there for free. So I'm thankful that I never had to take out a student loan. It's just been a blessing. So when I went to Jackson State, my dad was just co-grades. My dad went with me, wanted to go visit the school because I really wanted to go to Tennessee State. I wanted to go there for grad school. And so I was trying to get away from, I didn't want to stay in the vicinity of in the mix of Jackson State, Jackson, and Louisiana. I was trying to get up out of there. And so Tennessee State really didn't have what I was looking for. And my daddy was like, well, let's go to Jackson State first, because that was one of my choices as well. And I was like, well, they got this program. And He was like, well, let's go take a visit. Like, let's go look over there. It's right up the street. let's just go visit there. And I was just like, okay. So I went to go visit the grad school. And the day that I went to Jackson State, like, I wasn't trying to apply. Like, it literally, I wasn't not trying. Like, I had applied for Jackson State and I had applied for Tennessee State. So I had applied for 3 different grad schools, HBCUs, and those were the 2 that that I heard back from. And so went to Jackson State, and my dad was like, well, let's go to the grad school. Let's go see what they're talking about. So I went to the grad school. That day I went to the grad school, everybody was on campus. It was just like a busy day. It was a normal day because the school was in. This was like this was like the semester before getting ready to, because I went to start in the spring. So this was like, I want to say around the fall semester. And so my dad went with me and my dad went up there, and he ended up like just talking to the dean, like not even had a meeting with the dean, didn't do anything. He just walked up in there and he just talked to the dean. That's why I loved about my father. He always made a way no matter how, right? So he talked to the dean of the graduate school, and they came out, and I was just sitting there talking to the people, the students that was working there, and they came out, and he was like, what did he say? He said, oh yeah, you going here. And I was like, how you gonna tell me where I'm gonna how you gonna tell me where I'm gonna go to school there? Like, he's like, yeah, you going here. So I was like, well, how you think I'm gonna go here? He was like, because they're gonna give you a job and you ain't gotta pay tuition. You going here. And so I was like, what is going on? All I did was, we was going to visit. That's it. We wasn't going to do anything else. So the dean came out, Dr. Gardner. I remember her because I started working for her. And the dean of the graduate studies came out, and she said, yeah, we're going to give you a stipend every month. They got a graduate assistantship that you can apply for. Go ahead and apply for that, because we have some openings coming up. And, that's what we're going to do. And so I was just like, well, how do you know if I'm going to get it? He was like, well, we're going to see. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. And the rest is history. And I never had to pay for school. So that was my, like, you going to go where they pay you. And so I got paid to go to school. I got paid to work with graduate students. I got paid to, do a lot of great things. I met a lot of great people. One of my great mentors is Dr. Lackey. And so I've had so many great memories at Jackson State, but I'm so torn right now, like Jackson State and Southern Homecoming this week. But I've had a lot of good memories at Southern University, man. So, but anyway, I digress, because I will digress. That's what I do. Let's look at gold, right? So we're looking at New York session. Gold right now currently is at market is at 1655. So I actually took this buy up yesterday to 1663. As you can see, it is right up in this area right here. So I actually took this buy. If you can see, this is a small buy, but it's not a really small buy because I'm on the 4-hour chart. But I took this all the way up to here. If you go down to a lower time frame, you would definitely see a little bit better. What it actually did. This is on the 14th, this is 16. So yeah, so this is the buy that I took up yesterday, and of course it has actually come back down, and now this is the area that it stopped. So a lot of times we have to figure out where is the market, where is price going, what's going to happen, how is it going to move. So we are learning the skill set to how we can like actually do things. And so the thing about it is, I get on here and I get on these lives because it's not to get people to follow me or it's whatever. It's just really to provide content to so people can see exactly what I'm doing, what I'm posting, and to show you how this can be effective in your life, right? So we want to understand that this is very important, that we are living in a times where things are going up, prices going up, but your paycheck is not. Right. And I've been one of those people where, I've been in the industry. I have a master's degree and I wasn't getting paid with what I was worth. Like, I don't feel like I was getting paid what I was worth. When I first started into what I was doing, therapy work and everything else, I feel like, okay, that's cool. Like, I was getting paid because I was single. I wasn't had any kids. I didn't have a lot of responsibilities outside of myself and my family. I was taking care of just me. And so the thing is, we have families, we have kids, we have other people we have to take care of. We have gone through a lot. And so everything is going up. Like, man, even like it's amazing. Like, you go to the store and a lot of people don't really pay attention to the price, but I've always budget my money. So it's like, when you go there, you got to pick and choose. Even people who got the most money, like you got to like, do I want to pay $6 for some apple juice? Or do I want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Do I want to, now I got like a butter shortage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane, you know, what's going on. So like everything's going up with your paycheck not. So the thing is, how can you capitalize and how can you get more money? And how do you get to the next point? So there's a lot of ways that you can actually learn how to like save and budget. But that's another story. That's mom budgeting 101. So I'm looking at this area. So whenever that I see I have to go back in time, I see that my candles have previously stopped at this area. And so one thing you have to understand is that I'm providing content, I'm providing free content, and I'm letting you guys know exactly what I see in the market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a horizontal line here. And what this does, it allows you to see where your candles are going, right? So I'm knowing that it's already been here once before, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So I'm knowing that if it definitely comes back to this area, there's a possibility that it can break it. So a lot of times we look at what's going on and we try to get in the market before it's too early to get into the market. And you could always go down to a lower time frame, which is like so, and execute this trade. As you can see, this is definitely moving, and I'm going to actually put my candles on there. So I wouldn't even take the trade because it's actually going to approach an area that I want to definitely be cautious of, because I use the 50, I use the 200, I use 800. As you can see, this is a resistance, and now I'm coming to a support area. This is my main support area. So what I'm going to allow the candles to do is I'm going to allow them to break through this area, because I know that it has to come through here. Definitely it's moving. So I checked the news. We checked the news last night. There's absolutely no news going on today. Everything looks clear. Everything looks good, unless there is some tentative news. So this doesn't even affect us today. So everything is just open, clear, and it looks amazing. This day's a good trading day. So we can see what's going in the market. The only thing is that we have to allow the candles to do what they need to do. So this is why I say you want to let the candles break areas, because you have things that are sitting there, not allowing you to get into the market. So I'm knowing that on the higher time frame that these have to actually come down. So if it breaks this particular support, it is a possibility that I could take this trade to the downside, back down to where it came from. And that's about 50 pips, give or take 40 something pips, which is amazing. So this is a 30-minute candle. So I definitely have 21 minutes left on this candle. And so I'll allow 30 minutes to go by for me to actually execute the trade. Because what's going to happen is once this candle closes, the next candle, if the next candle comes into here and it does what it needs to do, then I will actually execute the trade. So I'm going to actually take the trade because I've already I'm sorry, I just got a message. I already looked at Finviz. Finviz is showing us a burgundy looking gold. So this is also letting me know to not actually enter this trade into my live account. So what am I going to do at this point? Or what do I need to do at this point, right? I need to allow the candles to form. I need to let the momentum come into the market. I need to let the sellers come into the market. So right now it is just sitting at 1661 and burgundy looking. It's like, I call it that dried up blood looking. That's not a good analogy. I could have used a better one. That's not a good analogy, right? So anyway, let's move on. let's move on. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the DXY and let's see what's going on. So of course, see, this is why I'm not too sure about it selling, right? So it has to bounce off of this area. If it does, you have to let it figure out what he wants to do. If it bounces off and it makes a reversal or a retest, then we are looking for a sale, because this has been on an uptrend. So the thing about the dollar, and this is a lot on my chart, y'all. So sorry. So I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at how this is on a continuous uptrend. Like, this is a daily chart. And so right now we are in a serious uptrend with the dollar. This is why we say that you have to check what's going on in the market, right? So we are in a serious uptrend with this dollar. So it's constantly coming here, 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 here. And right now, I feel like it's going to test this trend line. So the thing is, it definitely could come back and test this support area right about here, but it would have to break this trend line. So if it does break this trend line and breaks below it, we know that it's already been here. It's already been here. It's already been here, here, here. So if it continues to go into this sale, and we have about 15 minutes or so before the market really opens. And when I say the market, the New York session is open, but we have to understand that we have a stock market, right? That has to open up. We have all of the pairs like NAS, US 30, all those different pairs that coincide with the stock market about their validity and how they move. It truly opens about 8:30, right? So we have to let that figure out what he wants to do. Then you'll see a big influx around 8:30 or so. And so we won't let this break. We want to let it kind of break and come back and sell it. If it does break this trend line, and this on the daily, it's going to take a while for it to do that. So you have to go down to a lower time frame and you see what you got going on right here. And this is what it looks like on an hour time frame. So right now, the dollar is it's headed to a low. So let's do this. Right? So it's actually headed to a low. So that's why you don't want to actually take this trade right now with gold, right? Because it has to come back and test it. It may not come back because if you look to the left, you see that it actually stopped before it actually hit that low. So we're looking at where our candles are currently at right now. Bam, 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 bam. We see where our candles are currently at. And so what we need to do is we have to understand is that if it breaks here, there's a possibility it's going to continue to come down. So we don't really know if it's going to do that, but we definitely have what we call the depth cross happening on the hour time frame. Let's go to the 30-minute. We see on the 30-minute, it's looking like a nice little sale. It can come down, but it's stopping here at this area. So you have you could take it from here to there. And that's how I know that if whatever that the dollar is doing, gold is going to do the opposite. So right now, gold is actually coming above it. So it's not really forming a trend. So this is my only thing with trading gold, is that I have to know when not to take it. And I'm not going to actually take this trade for the sale, right? Because this is why, and you have to understand what's going on, is that I'm seeing how my candles are having a really hard time breaking this support. So if you're looking at candles and they're not breaking that support and they're not doing anything, they're just coming to that support area or their resistance area, and they're just constantly stopping, that is letting you know that this is a very strong area. So I'm not even going to take the trade unless it breaks this particular area. Now I can scalp it and come down, but look at where my candles are located. They're in between, I call it, they're in between two indicators. So when your candles are in between two indicators, that means my indicators are going through my candles. So there's no trend being formed. There's no higher highs. There's no lower lows. There's absolutely nothing to do. So now I have to allow either it to break below or break above. And so this is where you put alert set and you will let those candles do whatever they need to do. So I could take it and I could definitely scalp it from here to there. You know, that is a nice move. But the main one that I would like to actually take it would be from here to there. And I'm going to create an alert to go from here to there, because that is what I really would like for it to do. But it's having a hard time break this particular area. So if it does, I want it to break here, and then I could take it to the upside, which is that's another 50 pips. So either way it go, I have an opportunity to get a sell or grab buy. So once I've done this, a lot of people say, what do you do next? I move on. There's nothing else for me to do. I don't need to sit here and watch it, because guess what? I got about 15 more minutes before 8:30 comes. Even if it starts to come down into this sale, I'm not going to take it, because I'm personally not going to take it. But there's some people that will. If you go down to the 5 minute, there you go. But I personally wouldn't even take this trade, because I'm looking at what's going on. And I have a cross on the 5 minute for the buy. So I'm expecting it to actually bounce off of this and do what it needs to do, is actually go back up for the buy, right? So we'll see. But either way it go, I'm not going to take the trade. I'm going to let the trend form. I'm going to let it figure out what it wants to do, because it's sitting at an area of resistance. So that's gold. I don't really too much look at anything else. I can't look at NAS 100. It's definitely giving uptrend on a 5 minute. So yeah, all right. So there now that looks a little different. Y'all, this is on a daily chart. Good gracious alive. Y'all, I have Bluey back in the background. Sometimes Bluey be getting on my nerves. My daughter watches Bluey or Paw Patrol, one of the two, right? So candles coming down. It's breaking above this trend line, y'all. But look, it's you know, one thing we got to understand is that candles got to come to areas and just pause. And that's exactly what it's doing right here. All right, so it's in this area. It's got this resistance coming up here. You got another area actually. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what it does. Yeah, so there you go. NAS 100, let me tell you something. You'll see what happened at 8:30. I don't look at, you really don't want to try to look at these pairs before 8:30, my time, Central Standard Time, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm just looking at some stuff, y'all. And we gotta go. Unless it's going to do there. All right, so here we go. I'm not gonna stay on here another. I got 10 minutes left. We can definitely look at that goal. Let's look at. I haven't looked at GU. They did say this last night that GU was going to. Let's look at I actually want to look at USD-CAD. I have not looked at that in a while. Just looking at some pairs, y'all. Just trying to see what we gonna look at before the action really come through. USD-CAD kind of been on the uptrend. I ain't gonna say kinda, it has been on an uptrend. But it hit that daily. That's the only thing when I see something like that, it hit that daily. It hit that daily. This is the 4 hour. I don't know where this is right here. And then you got the 30-minute. So that high ain't gonna change. Like, so we're really moving sideways on a 30-minute. So let's see what we got. There we go. So it came off of here. This is how we got to see what's really going on. Like, we got to see what's really going on. This is the 4 hour. I'm all about a field. Let's see. Let's look to the left. It actually came 30%. 30% never came right back down. But it's in between this area. So we'll be doing it. It broke the trend line, came down and retest. I'm thinking it's gonna do whatever it needs to do to go back up for the buy. Right? Gotta break this area. If it break it, this on the 4 hour. It could come back right about here. Man, if y'all take these trades, man, look, I'm all about people making money. But here we go. This is where we're looking at for USDK. So even if it break here, you can take it up to the top. So this is a 4 hour chart though. So definitely now you got a little bit more clear action of what's going on. And we'll see. So yeah, man, it don't take all morning to do absolutely nothing. I did USDK. I looked at gold. I'm waiting for gold to actually do whatever it needs to do. If it actually will do, like it may even, yeah, it may continue for this sale, but I just don't know. I can't see it, and it's gonna move sideways. So it might continue to move sideways for the rest of the morning, and I may not be able to take absolutely nothing. But I got about 7 minutes for the candles to do. I think I can hold off so y'all can see what 7 minutes will look like. And so I'm hoping that it actually will do whatever it needs to do once 8:30 hits. It may not do absolutely nothing, but see right here, it's coming to an area. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna take off my RSI. I don't too much like to show a lot of indicators on here, y'all, because people they have a lot they trying to do. And so I just like to see. I do like to see what's going on. I do like to just see what's happening. So I'm looking at how the my band it's actually coming together. So it's got to do something. So it's trying to come through there. It's got me across. It's already got a cross on the MACD. Now this is on a 15-minute crossing. But right now we gotta just wait for it. So we got about 5 minutes left. Let's just hold off, y'all. Let's just see. I can wait 5 minutes so y'all can see what the market's actually going to do. If it's going to go back up for that buy, or if it's going to break and go down to the sales, that orange line. So I'm curious to see, but my candles are below. This indicator is below. So that is why it's allowed me to see that, I don't know, it's going to actually go up into the buy. So I'm going to put it in my demo. I'm going to hedge it. I'm gonna demo it out. First, always demo it out. Let's see. We are going to go in 0.01 for the buy action. I'm also going to put it in there for the sale, just because we just don't know. I don't think it's going to actually sell. I just don't personally think so. But we got about, let's see, we got about 4 minutes left on this candle. Got 4 minutes left on this candle. You guys can see that there is going through there. We got a cross. We got the things that we need. Let's see, y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna stay on here for the next 4 minutes or 3 minutes or so. And let's see exactly what it's going to do at 8:30. So I am going to actually get and see gold. Let's go. Let's see what we got. I'm all about transparency. I don't need everything, but I do need all the things. I'm gonna take this off so y'all can see. I'm gonna take this Bollinger Band off so the people in the world can see this on Facebook and they're like, oh yeah, man, she for real. I've always been for real. Never not been for real. So here we go. Let's see. I'm going to wait and see. Let's wait and see, y'all. We live. We are live. We live, girl. We live. Let's see. We got 23 minutes in. I'm waiting. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see what we got going on. We are live. All the way live. All right. What we got? We got 1 minute and 50 seconds left till it turns 8:30. I'm going from profit and profit on both. It's just up and down. We got this week that is forming. So let's just see. Let's possibly wait and see, you guys. Put that Bollinger Band back on. Let's put these other candles up there. So this is why I say to people, like, you got to be careful, because this is probably going to cause a lot of the stock. And so even if it does, I just want to see how it's going to move when 8:30 hits. So we got 50 seconds left. 8:30. I bet you if I go to NAS 100, it's going to definitely move. It's going to do something crazy. Got about 30 seconds left. I'm not in nothing, so I don't need to pay attention. But look what's going on in NAS 100, y'all. Like, look what's really going on. Look what's really going on. So remember, we got opposite action. Opposite action. We got 20 seconds left. 20 seconds. Let me go. This is something. Are you gonna move or are you not? Are we gonna sell or are we gonna buy? Are we gonna sell or are we gonna buy? Oh, y'all see that, right? 8:30. Don't let it fool you. What we gonna do? Are we gonna sit here? Are we gonna stay here? We gonna barbecue or we gonna meal do? This is why I say you always wait till 8:30. So look, let's look at theirs too. What's going on? We got these flat tops up to the top, but it ain't doing absolutely nothing. I don't fool with it. I'm not gonna fool with it. So yeah. Let's take these candles off. I'm curious to see, right? It's just sitting there. It's gonna do that. I wanted to see when it opened up 8:30, how it was gonna look, what was gonna be the next thing for me to do. I'm not even gonna get into this trade. I'm going to just watch it in my demo. But I got my alert set if it breaks at 200. I got my alert set if it break down below to take it for the sale or for the buy. It's all about execution. If you go down to the 5-minute, we can see that it's really not doing anything. So it's the same thing it was doing earlier, not gonna do anything now. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I am definitely gonna watch it and look at it. I trade go up until about 9:30. We'll see if it doesn't do anything between now and 9:30 or right at 10. If it definitely starts to go up to the upside, as you can see on the 5-minute, we'll see what's going on. But you don't have to watch this trade all day. You could just definitely just either scalp it if you want to catch a quick move, or you could just wait for it to get the move that you really want. So yeah, I'm definitely appreciate everybody getting on, man. Y'all share this video, and this is, you know, gold doing what it always does, is that it does what it does, right? So we'll see if it definitely moves to the upside or where it decides it wants to go. So yeah, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all for watching, and we live, and I'll try to come back on here one day this week. And so y'all stay safe. It's cold out there, and thank y'all for watching. All right, we out of here.